All right, let's get started. Today, Mikey, our families and I will be battling it out. I'll get a rich, tiny underground base. Mikey will get a poor, tiny underground base.
Our goal is to build a good base with our families inside, and whoever builds it better wins this competition.
We don't really have any rules. The most important thing is to build everything within the allotted time, because tiny underground bases need to be incredibly well designed.
I agree with you on that, but to get into tiny bases, we need to become tiny ourselves. So we'll use a special potion for that and get inside.
Great, since we have such a potion, our battle can really go much faster. Just like Mikey said, our goal is to build an awesome base. We can use literally anything.
Okay, JJ, let's hurry up and get each of us inside our own tiny base. We'll see who can make it to the end.
Great, friends, we're finally inside our tiny base. Now we need to figure out what we're going to build here and how much effort we'll put into it.
But before we get started, JJ, we need to clean up here because there are spiders and their webs here along with all the trash.
Yeah, that'll definitely get in the way of us building a really good base here, so it's best to destroy all those spiders as quickly as possible. I think Mikey might be in a much worse situation there, so I just hope I can get this all sorted out quickly and clear this place out. Do you have any ideas on what to build?
What's there to think about? We just need to build good rooms inside this tiny underground base. We have some cool stuff, and all our builds will be incredible.
Yes, I also have some ideas on how to make everything much better and more interesting. In any case, if we keep working on all this, we'll be able to build it all very quickly. I've already defeated the spiders. All that's left is to break the webs and vines. That way, I can clear it all out and start building a really interesting base here. Mikey definitely shouldn't start before us, and I need to think of another way to stop him. Since we don't have any rules, it'll be cool to prank him.
Mikey might have the same idea. We need to be really careful with this because we don't know how it might affect our house construction.
Great. I've cleared part of this underground base, and it's time to build. I'll build, and you can help me and advise me. It will be efficient. Well then, we'll have to start right now.
Don't rush things, JJ. I guess I waited for the right moment to show up. I'll spill so much water and won't even let your tiny underground base get started. You'll have to put in a lot of effort to clean up all that water.
Oh no, that just can't be. Mikey really did prank me first. He'll really hinder my construction as long as there's water here.
I think this is a really good prank for you. Stopping that water will be quite a challenge for you, so I tried to pour as much as possible.
It's a good thing I had a sponge block in my things. Now I can close the main door and absorb a huge portion of the water. Then my underground base will be safe.
Hey, you have no right to do that. You really can destroy and stop my prank with that block. But never mind, I still got a good result.
Mikey really did attack first, just like my wife said. He came up with a really cool and very dangerous prank that's really hindering me.
JJ, we have to come up with some kind of prank ourselves, at least somehow to delay him and interfere with the construction. Why can Mikey do it and we can't?
Of course, I'll come up with a prank back, which will really cause him some trouble. Albeit not much, but it will be much more interesting. I have a gravity gun and I can use it to pave my way to his base. I'll plant spikes there, and when they get down there, it will hurt them.
Oh, overall, it's a pretty good prank, and I think it will work well. Let's try to do it all as quickly as possible and really see how he reacts. Only after that, we'll have to immediately go and build a new base here because time is running out and none of you have started building yet.
Mikey won't even suspect that I can actually do this and easily get into his underground base, so I'll plant spikes there, which will really hinder him. I think this is a worthy prank for him, and most importantly, I just need to keep doing my job and see it through to the very end. That's the only way I can defeat him. I'll place these spikes right at the entrance, and it will be difficult for him to jump over them. Maybe he won't even notice them, but when that happens, I'll already be back at my place and we'll start building all this.
If our prank works, Mikey and his wife will definitely be upset. But that's to our advantage, because they'll waste precious time cleaning up the mess, and we'll have a tie in pranks.
I'll also build up the entrance so he definitely won't see this trap. When they fall, they'll be truly incredibly angry. But that's what they get for pranking us.
Let's finish this as quickly as possible and start building everything, because all these pranks have already taken up so much time. Our friends are much more interested in this.
Okay, it's all done, and I can head back. I just need to patch up my hole, and then we can start building without any problems. I'm sure no one will stop me this time. Now, my family and I will sit down for a while and think about how it will all look, because we need at least some kind of plan that I want to stick to and build my base.
I have a couple of ideas, and you should definitely listen to me. Believe me!
Oh, how cool we pranked JJ and his family. They were upset! Ouch, what is this? Where did those spikes even come from? Who put them there? Did JJ really come to our underground base and put those there? He pranked me too! But there's no time left to prank him again. We need to hurry and build something!
Okay, enough talking. Let's start building for real. First, I'll make a staircase to go up. I want a second floor. That'll be our relaxation area.
Come on, just be careful. Let's make our bedroom there. I've always dreamed of sleeping on the second floor.
I'll have a particularly circular staircase, which will be really hard to fall down. But this staircase will help us climb up conveniently. It'll be a cool floor. Building a staircase like that will be a challenge, but if we're making the best underground base, we need to do everything we can to win this challenge. That's the most important thing. Great, let's go up. Now, this will be the second floor. It's not much space, but if we arrange everything correctly, it will be cozy. Now I'll make the floor gold. Yes, gold. I want it to be immediately obvious that this is a luxurious base.
A gold floor is loud. I think that even if we have such expensive blocks and our underground base is expensive, do you think it's worth putting them in?
Well, loud then, but it's beautiful. Look how it sparkles. It immediately feels like our participation in this competition wasn't in vain. Okay, the floor is done. Now I'll straighten the walls a bit and start arranging the furniture. There will be a bed here, a big one, so we can rest properly. I'll put dressers next to it. We need somewhere to store things. And I'll add a closet against the wall. Let's keep it neat.
Yes, put in as much greenery and leaves as possible. Then the second floor will look even better. It will be very cozy to sleep and relax there.
I want this to be not just a bedroom, but also a living room. So I'll put a small sofa here against the wall, a small table in front of it, and a computer in the corner, in case you want to sit, play, or just watch something.
No, try making some kind of workspace for yourself, so you can play video games or something. Personally, I'll only sleep here. I've had enough greenery.
I like the way it's turning out. The second floor is really cozy. You can sleep, relax, and just hide away from all your problems here. It's gorgeous.
I told JJ to do all this, and we're really on track to making the best underground tiny base and beating Mikey.
We're working together. She comes up with the plans and how everything will look. I just build it, and then we'll finish it all. Mikey definitely won't be able to build anything cooler than ours. He just has terrible, poor blocks and things that won't impress anyone. I hope you friends will vote for us, and we'll definitely come out on top. Okay, the second floor is done. Now we need to go downstairs and start building the kitchen. It's going to be one of the most important spaces in our house.
Now I'll work on the kitchen. It won't be very big, but the main thing is the center. I want a huge table in the middle, so that if someone comes over, everyone can sit together. We'll be having guests all the time, and we'll even need to invite Mikey. He'll definitely be able to appreciate it all and be truly amazed by it all.
Yes, the kitchen will be really cool with the new blocks. Everything will look truly perfect, and I can only say that I feel sorry for Mikey. If he'd found a rich underground base like that, he'd be able to compete with me on equal terms. But now, he'll only fall further behind our style. In any case, I won't relax and will do everything in my power to defeat him. By doing so, I'll show him respect and will definitely defeat him.
The table is really big, and that's exactly what I wanted. I need to put as many cookies on it as possible so we can always have a snack.
Great idea, I like it all, and I hope there aren't too many left. Once I'm done with the kitchen, I need to do the last thing I want in our underground base. Mikey certainly won't have something like that, and he won't be able to show it off.
JJ, are you talking about a huge swimming pool? I think that's truly the best thing we can build here. It would be incredibly cool if we had that.
Of course we will. I just need to add a few more details to the kitchen to make it look incredibly cool. After that, we can really go ahead and just build whatever we want.
It's looking really interesting so far, and I wonder how Mikey will respond. After all, he and his family just have poor blocks. He can't make anything better or more beautiful.
In any case, he agreed to all this himself, and I just have to see it through to the very end. I'll simply destroy him and win this battle. But if my family wins this battle, we'll get an incredible amount of diamonds and money. Then we'll be able to buy ourselves whatever we want. That's the most important thing. We can even buy Mikey's tiny underground base. Even though I don't know what I'd need in it, it would at least be a little funny. In any case, Mikey will eventually decide to give up, and then I'll win without any problems. But until he does, you guys decide who wins between the two of us.
Come on, hurry up and finish this kitchen and start building the pool. I can't wait to use it all and see how good it is to live here.
Of course, our underground base still has a lot of problems, and a lot will simply be missing. I also need to somehow deal with Mikey spilling the water. It's incredibly dangerous for us. Okay, this is where my pool will go. It will be incredibly large and comfortable, so we can both relax next to it and swim deep and enjoy it. Of course, this isn't the entire tiny underground base. I might add something later, but in all this time, I've managed to create something similar, and I really like it.
Now our underground base has a second floor, a cool, large kitchen for several people, and of course, our own private pool where we'll be constantly relaxing.
I really hope we can really surprise you, friends, because I spent a lot of time and effort making all of this, so I'm not going to lose Mikey just like that. Of course, for you to compare our two tiny underground bases, you'll have to be right there with Mikey and watch him build it all. We're really done with my construction for now. I've built everything I wanted so far. I might add some more later, as time and energy allow, because I'm really interested in this.
We're also interested in what Mikey built, but we don't think he can do anything better than us. It's a battle anyway.
Great, friends! We've finally removed all the spikes and are now ready to begin building our poor, tiny underground base. We won't give JJ a chance. Although I don't have a specific plan for what should be built or what it will look like, the most important thing for me is to place as many different blocks as possible and at least come up with something. Instead of proper beds, we'll have tents. Instead of a kitchen, we'll have a fire. All of these are simply necessary parts of poor life in an underground base. Of course, I understand it will be difficult to beat JJ and his rich underground base, but that doesn't mean I'll just give up and give up. Everyone has a chance to win, and I'm taking full advantage of mine. I need to make something memorable, so you, my friends, will definitely appreciate it. I won't let JJ prank me so easily even in return, so that I'll just give up and not try anything else. No, I'll fight to the very end. I've already set up a small camp, and it's already looking pretty good. Of course, for my family, living in a tent would be a truly terrible feeling. But I simply have no other choice, and I'll stick with him to the very end. If this is how I have to survive and win, then of course I'll do it and not even think about it. There's still a lot of work to do, and everything needs to be done as quickly as possible. This is the only way I'll be able to compete with JJ and give him at least some fight. I don't want to lose to him without a chance, so I'll seize every chance I get to get ahead of him and win. I want to earn a ton of diamonds and money from this victory. This will be my food storage, where I'll only stockpile the tastiest fruits and vegetables. In any case, so far, everything looks good, but just a little more needs to be added. It's time to get myself a small toilet and bathroom because it's hard to imagine the base without it. I hope JJ took care of that first. These are the cheapest and worst things I've ever seen, but I can only use them to make a really poor underground base here. The bathtubs are so weird, but it looks interesting. Of course, it's hard to say it'll be a secure, secret, tiny base, but in any case, it's better than nothing, I think. Of course, I still have a lot to build to make it look good, but for now, everything looks good, and that's already a success. In any case, who knows who will win? The most important thing is for one side to have really strong support. So I'll have to try hard to win against JJ and without any problems. Of course, I'll still put a small portable kitchen in place of the fire pit. I think that will be more than enough to further strengthen my position as a builder. The most important thing, of course, is to see it through to the very end and finish it all as quickly as possible. I just want to finish my base and go rest. I think I've installed everything I wanted, and it turned out really well. Even though my underground base is a meager, tiny one, it was enough to make it more than atmospheric. So, friends, bye everyone, and see you very soon!